We are located at the site of the engineered troops because this is where you can see the offensive and defensive hand grenades in real action. Igor Nikolaevich? Hello, good afternoon. Igor Nikolaevich, our goal is to see how one grenade differs from another. Could you tell us a bit about the core differences besides what they look like between an offensive and a defensive grenade? So they are distinguished by their hitting properties. The offensive type has a smaller casualty radius. The defensive is respectively larger in radius. The uniform, that is on us, and the test dummy. Does it protect against hand grenades? Again, all must be considered according to where the sapper is located. It depends on the distance and where the debris are going to fly off to protected, unprotected. Vitally important parts are more protected, and then there are less protected. For example, the sleeves, although they protect us from debris, but they could vary from case to case. Igor Nikolaevich, here is the setting, right? The target is a dummy. Right now, let's prove how well it is protected. And personally, I seriously doubt my ability to throw a grenade so that it fell exactly where it should. We will carry out tests in a very controlled form, and we will blow this up electrically. That implies you're going to cover it around with some explosives? No, we will not be covering it around. We will pull out the fuses, we'll insert inside an EB and use it to trigger a grenade, and that is, in fact, it is the same thing, right? Yes, the effect is the same. The only difference is that we will be at a safe distance and no one will suffer. Fire! Fire! So, let's see what happened to the suit. Well, this is just some kind of fumes, right? Well, again, you shouldn't say it's just some fumes. This is one of the affecting factors. That is if this gets into your eyes, it would, shockwave, heat, flash, all of this affected the dummy. And that means he has received his portion of destruction. But in any case, the shockwave has worked, but so did the protection. It worked and kept him safe. The shockwave went by. Well, if I take a look now, this is behind the whole target, right? It turns out it was here. It was next to it. Well, here you see the cuts in the legs in this area. Pelvis area. Yes, the pelvis. There are fresh marks. And now let's try to blow up the defensive F1. I understand that there should be more debris, am I right, in the targets? Well, according to its technical characteristics, it has a larger casualty capability, and this increases the chance that all these dummies will be affected. Well, let's see how a suit can hold up to a close explosion. We'll make a test at the same time. Ready? Attention! Fire! We have more holes in the target. Well, we also got perforating hits. From here to there, the far one too. And this one, which used to be clean. It's got much dirtier. Well, we got holes. And this just proves that fragmentation hit, right? Yes, there's fragmentational damage. So, well, now on to the moment of truth. Well, basically, from this distance, debris can be pretty big, right? Well, the pieces may not be necessarily large. However, there could be a stronger shockwave, which means that the protection has fulfilled its function. Oh, yes. Oh, here are some more, but that's just the small things, I guess. Well, that is a land expansion. Ah. Well, in all honesty, is the sapper still scared in a suit like this? Well, at least it is keeping him safe in some sense. In any case, he will feel a bit more confident. But still, they can only be wrong once. Well, of course, being wrong, as I say, it is a matter of chance. Cases differ. Perhaps real combat grenade explosions do not look as spectacular as we see them in the movies. But a grenade is a weapon that has been proving its efficiency for several centuries and is still a reliable tool to terrify the enemies.